Alright, welcome to the most contentious episode.
Is it?
It's probably going to be contentious.
Breathe of the wild.
Bread of the wild. The
Bread.
wildest bread.
Bread.
Wind of the outside. I don't know. A lot of outside going on. Except we're inside.
Not a lot of indoors for this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many doors are in that game? Like 4? I feel like 4 doors.
There's not a lot of... I've noticed, there's not a lot of loading screens with this game, unless you, literally fast travel.
There's loading...
If you...
when you open a door, there's no loading screen.
Well, yeah, because everything's loaded.
Yeah.
But if you explode very fast and cross the map very fast, there's a lot of loading screens.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of disguise loading. Like, when you go into a shrine, it definitely loads. It's just masked by the animation.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of games have learned how to do that, so it looks better. But yeah.
So, Breath of the Wild is a game that came out that everybody loved.
It was delayed a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. I'm kind of glad it came out on Switch, because I would not have wanted to play it on Wii U.
I did.
I hear you could use the gamepad as a map.
Which was actually not that bad.
It's also funny that it runs better on the Wii U.
No, it doesn't.
It was
Yeah,
made for the Wii U.
It actually does run
I just
fast.
called you Switch. It was made for the Wii U, Phil.
I still have a hard time believing that it ran better on the Wii U.
It does.
It actually...
It was made for
Then
it.
docked?
It was made
Docked
several years...
Switch versus Wii U. Because that's actually the fair comparison.
I've played Breath of the Wild in handheld. It's not great.
Well, yeah.
It looks awful.
Oh, no. In handheld, it's rough, but I'm talking docked because that's the console at its full power.
I feel like I still
Which
had
is
a bunch
actually fair.
I feel like I had a bunch of frame rate drops even in docked mode, so...
I don't recall it being that bad docked. But I played it a lot in handheld because I put up with a lot of shit. It was fine for me.
I played it first on the Wii U, but then I would still say I prefer it on Switch. Just because
It's a fucking portable, full Zelda experience.
So yes, if I'm being
I wouldn't
honest...
call it a full Zelda experience.
So yes,
It's
I bought this game twice.
It's full.
It's full of exploration, but not much of anything else.
Oh, okay. This is what happens when fucking when fucking Nintendo's like, let's make a Zelda game for Phil, who hates regular Zelda games.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest for a second. I don't think Zelda was made for open world sandbox.
I feel like it could work. It's just they didn't have very much variety in the dungeons themselves. Like, all 4 of the Divine Beasts felt like the same dungeon. They all had the same gimmick of you could rotate one piece of the thing.
It was slightly different,
No,
but
it wasn't.
only by like it's by technicality, not by experience.
And then, like, you had the shrines, but, like, all of them just sort of ran together.
Oh, I love the shrines, though. That's how I want to experience dungeons.
The puzzles are good, but the thing that bothered me about the shrines is they all look the freaking
Yeah,
same.
if they had different aesthetics, that'd be nice. Instead of just, here it is, the same shrine, copy-paste 120 times.
And then a minor test of strength, a modest test of strength,
Oh,
a
those.
major test of strength. They're like a third of all of the shrines.
Those were fine. Those I was actually actively
But you fight the same thing.
I was actively seeking those out at the end of the game, because I'm just like, these are the fastest ones to get done.
I hate them. I wanted more cool puzzles. I thought the combat tests were kind of lame.
And then you got the rotating ones where you had to use the gyro.
Oh.
Those ones were garbage.
Those ones, you flip the whole damn thing over and kind of just flick the ball into
Kind
where
of
it
just
needs
say,
to go.
fuck it, I'm going to try to... You know what I do like, though? The shrine where you play golf.
No.
No.
I like that one.
No, golf is bad in every incarnation
It's
of
not.
it.
Well, see, what you got to do is you just hit it with a hammer.
I don't care.
And it
You're
goes
wrong.
further. Okay, I'm going to say the only thing Breath of the Wild's like really good for are its physics.
Yes.
It's got very good physics,
Top
which
tier.
is why people are still discovering things today.
It's very, very fun to fuck with the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's built for it, which is incredible. They didn't railroad specific solutions. They actually left it open, which is a beautiful thing.
I also think this game is like it's okay. Obviously the least linear Zelda games are the first 2, but then this game goes back to that. It's like, hey, go kill Ganon.
Yeah, do whatever.
Or go to Kakariko Village. Decide.
Who's Zelda? I don't know.
Yeah, just
Which is literally a plot point.
You have to do the Great Plateau, obviously, to get the paraglider. That's like what you have to do.
I think you could probably leave without the paraglider.
You can't.
I'm sure somebody's found a way.
You will die. It is required.
There are
paraglider.
no speed runs that I know of that skip that.
Okay.
It is required. I've watched like several speedruns of this game.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
I'm pretty sure there's a barrier around the Great Plateau. Either that or you just fall to your death. Plus, to do most speedrunning tricks, you need the paraglider.
Yeah, but I'm sure you can get that like in the treasure chest somewhere.
Maybe. In Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, in Hyrule Castle right before Ganon.
That's where you get the Hylian Shield.
No, you don't.
It's
Not right
way
before
down
Ganon.
at the bottom.
It's in Hyrule Castle, which is right before Ganon.
You go the opposite direction to get the shield than you do to fight Ganon.
Fun fact, in my Switch playthrough, on my second playthrough of the game, I was like, hey, I know this is here now. So I'm going to go get it when I have 4 hearts. Right after leaving the Great Plateau.
I mean, you can. I mean, I wouldn't stop you.
You can.
Literally, right after I left the Great Plateau, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bolt past all these guardians, get in this castle, because I know this is here now, and get this shield. Because this shield is great.
It's so good. The Hylian Shield is so incredible in a game where shit breaks, and then we got the Master Sword. I'm not gonna lie, the further I get away from it, the more the weapon durability system kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I love that it makes stories, but after a while, all you're doing is farming weapons.
Yeah.
And then you use the Master Sword, and then it breaks, and you have to wait 10 minutes, and it's like, you could have shaved this down to, like, 5.
I think they do in dungeons. Or at least boss fights. I think they drop the cooldown significantly.
Yeah, but...
I never noticed if they did.
Because I remember in the Ganon fight, I relied heavily on... what's her name? Rabosa's Fury. And,
That's really good.
It regened really fast.
Hmm.
Which, is good.
Just wait until you get the DLC buffs.
I'm not playing the DLC.
Dude.
They regen like twice as fast with those.
Whippity-doo.
I tried Trial of the Sword. I tried it on regular, and I realized I didn't need it. And then I attempted it on Master Mode, and I went, no!
You get to the floor with the Lizalfos in the water, and you realize this is impossible.
I couldn't even get past the first part, because they kept fucking regenning, because I couldn't kill anything.
Yeah, because they just go in the water and regen, and then they spit at you, and you realize, oh, this does, like, half my health.
And all I have is bombs.
Yeah, and that does very minimal damage.
Because you get an infinite amount of them, so they have to suck ass.
Yeah. But they can come in cubes now.
Mm.
You can get cubed bombs.
That's so they don't roll.
I love cubed bombs. I just do. I think that would... Like, it's the dumbest thing, the simplest thing that was like, yeah, no, we deserve this.
Did they bring back bomb bowling? Like
No.
what they did in Skyward Sword where you could roll the bomb and something?
No, you had to use the physics to do bomb bowling.
Oh.
Maybe some of the puzzles had... I know a lot of the shrine puzzles had like bomb puzzles. And some of them took me several attempts to figure out.
They were fun. Every unique... Okay, not every single unique shrine was fun, but a massive number of them were a good time.
I think the best one was the one where there's an electrical current on the floor, and the game's like, use these boxes to finish the current, and you can just be like, or I can drop my halberd and just kind of stick it there. There we go.
Drop anything metal. To
That's
figure out how it works.
That's how I did the Gerudo beast, divine beast, because I think that one was all electrical currents, and there was a point where I was just like, I can't figure this out. I'm just gonna drop all my metal weapons and complete the circuit, because fuck this shit.
So this game has weather.
Yeah, it's
Let's
got
talk about the
rain.
rain. In a game where you climb like 80% of the time.
If they had made a way to negate the rain, like if you were wearing the climbing suit,
That would have been nice.
Yeah, like even like the set bonus, like if that should have took away the effects of rain.
yeah, it really should have instead of just you climb slightly faster and
Yeah.
less stamina.
Rain fucking sucks in that game. Like it's the worst thing in that game, in my opinion. I think it's worse than weapon durability.
Can we talk about getting electrocuted in like your first time?
Yeah, you don't think it's coming, but it is.
Yeah,
You're just like, that's weird. Why am I like all staticky?
what the fuck?
Pretty sure it killed me the first time.
It's fucking dead, and you're like, oh.
Damn
then
it, Zeus!
And then you had, and it happened to me a couple times before I figured out what the fuck was going on. I think I might have had to see a tooltip to actually tell me, no, take off your fucking metal items, and you won't get struck by lightning.
Yeah, there was an NPC who's like, don't wear metal in a rainstorm. Not gonna tell you why, just don't do it.
It may save your life.
Yeah, no, that's why I carried around a Korok sword and a wooden shield, specifically so whenever a lightning storm would come up, I just switch to those, and I'm like, I'm safe.
Did you guys have any like shrine quests that you liked?
Well, I can tell you which one I hated.
Was it the one where you had to wait for the blood moon?
Well, yeah, that's one of them. Because I never got it, because the blood moon never showed up. I just sat there waiting. I'm like... And then I'm sitting there next to Josh, and he's playing too. He's like, yeah, I got the blood moon. I'm like,
Not only that, you have to be naked.
do you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to be naked while standing on the thing in a blood moon.
Oh, that's really dumb. And then there's also the flower.
Yeah.
Like, don't step on the flowers.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of the first ones outside the Great Plateau you find.
It's...
Not for me.
It was my first one.
I don't think... I think I found it midway through. I think I went in a completely spastic direction.
Yeah.
I just kind of bumbled until I found things.
It was very fun to just go wherever the fuck you felt like.
Except if it was Death Mountain. That wasn't fun.
I
did
brute force that.
Yeah, same.
I did not figure out that, like, I'm in a volcano. I need protection for this.
But you don't get protection until you've made it.
Yeah!
No. You do. Outside of Death Mountain, there's a stable. And you're supposed to talk to everybody at that stable and get those elixirs.
Yeah, but you still don't get, like, actual protection, like the guard.
You're talking about, like, the armor. And there's a piece you can get for free.
Oh boy, a piece.
One piece.
And you only need one piece until you get to the crater. You need two.
I just remember, like, being lit on fire constantly as I'm going up. I'm like, whatever.
Just eat food.
The game doesn't hold your hand.
I've got so many watermelons in my backpack. I'm just gonna make it up there.
That was, God, like, and then, okay, so I got this game before Jacob did.
Yeah.
And I found the Master Sword.
Well, technically, we got on the same day. It's just I couldn't play it until 3 days later.
Oh, right, because you had needed the system, I think.
Yeah, I was still waiting for the system in the mail.
Okay, so, and I found the Master Sword, like, way beforehand. Like, what was your guys' experience with finding the Master Sword? Because I made a point of not telling Jacob where it was.
I think I found it
so
where
exciting.
I think I found it exactly where I expected to find it.
I knew it was there, but, like, this was my experience. So you need 13 hearts to pull it.
Mm-hmm.
I had 12 when I was there for my first time there.
I had, like, 8.
I had 2 divine beasts. I think so. This is the order I went. I went Va. I think it's the elephant. It's Va Ruta, I think.
Yeah.
I went then Va Rudania, which is the Goron Mountains, and then I went to the one where Rivali is. I can't remember all the divine beasts' name.
Yeah, that one.
And
I don't remember that one. The other one's Von Naboris.
Va Naboris were.
I think the bird one is named after Meadow. It's like Meadow or something.
Yeah, Va Meadow.
Because it's named after Medley. Like all of the beasts are named after their sage.
The spirits or the sages.
It's a little awkward for the Rito one because they didn't have a sage in Ocarina.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much where I went, and then I had 12 hearts at the time, so I was like halfway through the game, and it was like, oh, the hero's sword, that quest came up, and I was like, oh, yeah, the Master Sword. I should probably go get that. This game will be easy if I get that.
I think I had like 10 hearts when I went in, and I'm like, I seem to be dying here.
So I came back when I had, I think I started my second row. So then I looked up because I was curious how many hearts you needed, and it said 13. I was like, I needed one more. I was really pissed.
Man, I got there and I had like 6 to 8 hearts. Like, I found it real fucking early because I didn't do the Divine Beast until the very end. I was just goofing off and exploring. And I had a blast every time going to pull that shit. I just went shrine hunting. I just added hearts and I kept coming back and I kept trying to pull the sword. And I was like, I'm gonna get it at some point. I'm gonna get it at some point. When I finally got it, I was like, yes!
And then it broke.
It
Like,
did!
damn.
And I was like, damn. And then I saw that it came back and I went, that's fine.
How the hell does this sword beat Ganon?
Well, it
I
turns
mean, it
out it
doesn't.
glows.
It doesn't.
It can.
It needs time to
Oh,
rest. The Master Sword's an old man at this time.
Fi is running on fumes.
Yeah, that's not about right.
It's like, I'm so tired.
I've been doing this for 30 games. I hate it.
But, yeah, no, the Master Sword was beautiful. I'm in love with desert areas, so I had an absolute blast hanging out in the Gerudo Desert. I love killing Moldugas. So much fun.
I think I killed one and I said, you know what? This wasn't worth it. And I just stopped. I'm just like, I'm out of here.
I don't even know what Molduga parts like do. I think they craft like monster stuff.
There's probably some garb that upgrades with it. I upgraded like every armor piece I could find, so I probably killed some Moldugas for it. I just love killing Moldugas.
Did you guys find the secret shop in Gerudo Town?
Yeah.
The secret armor shop?
Yeah.
It sells like the glow-in-the-dark skelly suit.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, you need like some sort of passcode or something.
And the actual Gerudo armor that actually has defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
stuff is
foe
cool.
armor or whatever.
Yeah.
Vi armor.
Yeah.
Foe.
That actually looks pretty
One
cool.
of them. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember which one of them is guy and girl.
Bo is a chick and a Vi is a dude.
Okay.
Wait, no. I think I have it
I was
backwards.
gonna say, I think it's the other way around. I think.
I'm pretty sure a Vi is a female and a Bo is a male.
Yeah, because I always.
We're not gonna fact check.
Nah, we're good. It's Breath of the Wild.
All I remember is Beetle going, sa, sa, every time you talk to him.
Beetle was great. Beetle was a welcome return.
He's pretty much worthless in Breath of the Wild, though.
Yeah.
He kind of is.
He's great in every other game, but I never bought from him or sold to him.
All the merchants were kind of useless, except for the ones that sold armor.
I always bought arrows because I never.
I
always
never
figured
bought
that out.
arrows.
There's once you figured out that there's because I had the travel medallion because I had the DLC. So, like, there's a spot that I could just warp to, keep warping to, and getting 10 arrows every time until I got 999 every time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't do that. I was always running short on arrows, and it's like I don't care all that much.
Oh, but the bow was fun. You get to jump off of things, and when you aim, it slows down just like the trailer.
Yeah, I didn't.
That wasn't the
I
best
didn't,
part of the bow.
I
That's
didn't
the
care
mechanic.
at all.
You were odd.
I wanted to hit things with a sword.
Fair. I mean, I liked it too, but like
Also, I like saving my arrows for like bosses and stuff, which I didn't do when I fought Water Blight Ganon. Fun fact: that fight sucks if you don't have arrows.
is that the one where you're supposed to get all the lightning arrows?
Yeah, you're supposed to get the lightning arrows to get into the dungeon. They don't tell you you're going to need them in the dungeon.
Right.
So yeah, I walked in there with like maybe 3 extra. Because they're like, oh, we recommend 30. I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll get 30. That's fine. And then, yeah, I had like 3 left over. And I went in there. And the only way I could fight Water Blight Ganon was freezing his projectiles and then launching them back at him.
That doesn't sound that bad, though.
He shoots 5. You have to dodge the first 4 and then freeze the 5th one.
But you can use Cryonesis to destroy them.
Yeah, it'll destroy the 5th one too. You gotta freeze.
You can destroy each one of them at a time.
I don't know. I don't think you can.
When's the last time you played Breath of the Wild?
Like 6 years ago, like when it was new. Like I tried going back to it like 2 years ago, and I'm just like, man, there's nothing going on in this game. Just a whole big bag of empty.
Yeah, well.
I already did Tarrytown. That was the best side quest in the entire game.
And that is pretty good side quest.
That is the most worth it side quest
Get 3
had-
diamonds.
at all.
Had to commit some deforestation crimes, but like
Nah,
did
man,
it.
that's fine. Those trees are put to better use.
That's
in
the
that
only
town.
way you can get another Hylian shield too. Is completing the Tarrytown side quest.
Yeah.
Mine never broke though.
I did break mine.
You get better Hylian shields out of that though if you buy another one. Like you can get durability,
That'd be cool.
better defense.
I know I did complete it. Like, I did it all, because I wanted to... The only things I wasn't willing to do was basically... I wasn't really willing to do every single shrine. I tried, and I gave up, but, like, I did basically every side quest. I did, I did the dumbest combat challenge I could think of, which was a 3-heart Lionel fight on Master.
Oh, oh no!
Was it
Oh,
the,
yes!
Was it the one with the hammer?
I don't think so.
Because I don't know how you do that one.
He's the
I'll
hardest
go
one to
and
parry.
I'll go and fucking do it. Oh, I don't parry, I dodge.
Well, here's the thing: you can do the flurry on the one with the hammer,
Uh-huh.
but the hammer has like an aftershock,
Oh.
Oh,
which
it has
will
an
hit
AoE.
you out of your flurry. It's incredibly rude, and I'm just like, what? Why?
Because fuck you. It's a Lionel.
Lionels are so fun though. They're actually the final boss of the game.
They might as well be.
I
The
had a
gold
lot of fun
Lionel is-
hunting them down.
By the way, gold enemies in master mode fucking suck.
Oh, I can imagine they probably have a ton of health, and then they regen if you.
I hate that
Oh.
feature of master mode.
I don't know why it
It
was a
fucking
feature.
sucks.
Regen is the worst.
I looked at that. I'm like, you have to be aggroing them, or you have to be like hitting them at all times with weapons that can survive maybe 10 hits at most.
It's the worst feature for a game that has durability.
Yeah.
And then you can't even do the chops.
Especially
You
when
can't
there's
chop
mobs
with
of
your
enemies.
hand.
Okay, imagine a gold enemy charging you surrounded by silver enemies. That's the fucking worst, especially when the gold enemy's almost dead.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, imagine it. They don't regen back to full health, I don't think. I think they regen back to half.
There are stages that you can get to.
That still sounds awful.
It
It
is
sucks.
completely awful.
That just sounds like, hey, what if we made you waste your weapons more faster?
Guess what? I did not beat Trial of the Sword on Master Mode legitly. I cheesed it doing a glitch.
Dude.
No shame.
No.
Fuck that shit. It's
No.
way too hard.
No, like, don't even. Like, Master Mode is borderline horseshit. The problem was that regular game became a joke at the end. Master Mode became decently challenging at the end. But the problem was that the beginning of Master Mode is hell.
Yeah. The beginning of the game is hell.
The beginning of
No.
game on normal for me was okay.
Once you get to the end of Breath of the Wild, it is an absolute cakewalk.
Oh, it is.
Compared to the beginning.
Oh, it is, but I had a decent it. The problem is that I was comparing it to Master Mode at the beginning, and the Master Mode at the beginning is just like you don't fight things. You just go around, collect weapons, and run away.
To be fair, in the Great Plateau, there's red enemies, maybe blue enemies, and then once you get out, like... Okay, so it goes by how many Divine Beasts you've beaten, I'm pretty sure. So, like, once you've beaten one Divine Beast, you may see a black enemy at best. And then once you've beaten 2, maybe blue to black. I'm not sure. Once you've beaten 3, you'll start seeing silver. I'm 99% sure that's how they scaled it. And then Master Mode, once you've beaten 4, the golds start coming out. Golds are only in Master Mode.
It might also be linked to playtime because I don't think I've completed any of the Divine Beasts in Master Mode, and I fought gold enemies.
I'm 99% sure because in my Master Mode playthrough, I also saved the Divine Beasts, like, more towards the end. I never saw gold enemies until I'd beaten, like, 3 or 4 of the Divine Beasts.
Yeah.
And gold enemies fucking suck because they carry the royal weapons.
Yeah, they
And they will
do.
fuck you up.
Yep, and it's not worth killing them because you break like 3 or 4 weapons to get one.
You do not want to get hit by a moblin carrying a royal claymore. You do not. Especially when he's charged it up.
Yeah, it's bad. God, but like, I don't know. Like, combat was easily in my opinion, it was the best part of the game.
I'll
As
also agree.
as far as like engagement and gameplay, because it's hard to say that exploration can be considered gameplay, and it's my favorite aspect of Breath of the Wild was just going places, because that's what I did in that game. I went places. If I hadn't been there, I was gonna go there, and I was gonna run around, trudge in the snow, run through the sand, run through the trees. I don't fucking care. Light a bear on fire.
I've got a point to make too. Since this is Zelda's largest game to date, why is there such a lack of enemy variety?
Because they put all their time into the map design.
I get it, but like we have Moblins, we have Bokoblins, we have Lynels, we have Choo-Choos, we have Keese, Lizafos.
And then all the skeleton versions of Sin.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
That's it.
Those don't count as different enemies.
They-
Wizrobes.
Wizrobes, yeah. But you hardly ever see Wizrobes, to be fair.
You run from Wizrobes. Because they are not worth fighting.
You run from Wizrobes if they're over water. That's always a bad time, because they're usually electric ones.
Because if you get shocked while holding a weapon, you drop all your equipment.
Oh yeah,
That sucks too.
it's great.
Whenever I saw a Wizrobe,
Unless it's the Master Sword.
I
You
just
can't drop
ran
the Master
from it
Sword.
because I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. You're gonna just teleport away, gonna throw things at me, and I'm just not gonna have a good
And they
time.
don't drop any materials, they just drop the fucking rod.
Yeah, and the rods are okay.
Yeah, no, there's a huge lack of enemies, and most of them just kind of feel like reskins anyway. Because like, I don't think you fight a Bokoblin and a Lizafos differently. I feel like
Yeah, well, the Lizalfos tend to fight you from a distance, so. But if you're melee focused, no, it literally doesn't change. You're just doing more running towards the enemy, because Lizalfos are a bunch of cowards.
yeah. I mean, I get it. They throw boomerangs, but like, we've got a different enemy for that, who haven't seen the light of day for like 30 years.
There's one thing I also want to ask, like, you guys, like, I don't know how much you follow the Zelda community, but people really think this is the best Zelda game.
I think it's a lot of new people, honestly.
This is the most bought Zelda game.
I know.
Well, yeah, it's on the most popular Nintendo console. Like, fucking Pokemon for this console is the best-selling Pokemon game out of the Gen 2.
And I'm just like,
No, Gen 1's got a decent amount of sales.
I thought Gen 2 beat it.
No, Gen 2 was the second highest.
Damn.
Gen,
Fucking Gen 1ers.
Gen 1
Me
had
being
the,
one of them.
Gen 1 had the highest amount of sales.
I hate to say it, but I'm also a Gen 1er.
Yeah, it's okay to be wrong. Anyway,
We're talking about Zelda right now.
Yeah.
it's a lot of people who this is their first Zelda game. It's a lot of people who haven't like played any of the other ones, and I don't think they really care to, since those are going to be more linear.
And the reason we're getting a sequel is because Miyamoto and Aonuma are capitalizing off that success, which I don't blame them. I don't mind the Wilds games, which is what I'm going to call them now.
The Wilds.
The Wilds, because it's probably going to have a similar title, the sequel. But make them more enjoyable?
I feel like the
Give it a
second
better
one's going to
story.
have more content.
I hope.
It's gonna have a better story.
That's what it needs. I'm sorry. You can defend it all you want, but this story fucking sucks.
I mean, there was a story. It was, hey, go to the castle.
It's Link remembering what happened. That's literally all this story is.
It's about... Yeah, I mean, okay.
It was, hey, have you
I don't-
played Age of Calamity? Try that one first.
I don't think the story sucks, but there is not a lot of it, which is really disappointing. I think the bits that are there are relatively well done, and they set up their characters surprisingly well. The problem is that there's nothing really to chew on.
They don't set up the Rito guy very well.
What are you talking about? He's
Rivali.
great. He's basically Gary Oak.
No, we're not talking about Rivali. Everybody loves Rivali.
Oh,
We're
that fucker.
Are you talking about the present day characters?
Yes.
Oh, those are all bad.
No, hang on.
He's gonna
Unibo's
defend
great.
Goron here.
I'm sorry. Sidon is amazing.
Unibo's
Sidon's
great.
great. Unibo's trash.
You're
Sorry.
wrong.
Unibo's
Again.
trash.
Who's...
He's the
Unibo's the
Goron.
present day Goron.
Oh.
The only scene I like with Unibo is when he sees Daruk on top of Arudani.
I don't know. I just like Unibo because he's not your average Goron.
How is he not?
Every Goron we've seen is like, man, I'm so proud and look
Are
at
you
those
saying
monsters.
Are you saying it's because he's a coward?
Yes, that's kind
But
of
he's
what.
not a coward
He's
after.
totally a coward.
He's not a coward after
He has
you
growth
complete
then.
Arudania, though.
There you go. He's got growth then. He's the only Goron with actual growth.
But to be fair, the Gorons in Ocarina of Time, which I have somewhat recently played, are a bunch of cowards.
Especially
just
the
lazy.
one, especially the one
Hey,
named
what are you
after
talking
you,
about?
who's
Your,
rolling around and
your
screaming.
counterpart in Ocarina of Time's a total coward. He cries.
He's a baby.
He's not a baby.
He's a literal baby. He was born after you saved the thing.
So he's 7.
He's at least 7. He's at most 7.
He's about as big as most of the other Gorons, though.
Well, we don't know how big they spawn in at.
I mean, I don't know, but
He's not bigger on size.
To be fair, his people were about to get eaten by a dragon.
That
I'd
is
probably cry too.
that is true. But the problem is that every Goron you go and save, because I remember this, because I did the fucking fire temple. They're all screaming like, "Don't fucking eat me!"
No, they're
Yes, they are.
I'm pretty sure that's a part of the Fire Temple's music. Is Goron's cry. I'm pretty sure.
To be fair, they're expecting a dragon
I know, but
that
still.
was killed in myth.
But your point now is like, it's become
Okay.
moot.
Let me.
The Gorons later, yes, I will.
Unibo is the only named Goron who actually has some sort of emotion that isn't just I'm gonna fuck it up.
And the Elder's back just cracks and gives out the whole time. About the wild. I thought that was funny. He's like, I'm gonna go help, and he's like, oh, never mind.
But like every other named Goron is just like, yeah, no, we're the same guy. Like Darunia.
Darunia is nothing.
Darunia was the first time that happened, so it's fair.
I'm just naming all the named ones. They're all the same guy. Darunia. What's the guy in Majora's Mask?
Darmani.
Darmani.
But Darmani's great.
Darbus. They're all the same guy.
Darmani died for his people.
Yeah. He wasn't a coward. That's what I'm getting at.
You're trying to say they're all heroes?
More or less.
They're all foolhardy and brave. I
Exactly.
think is what he's going for.
You remember when Darunia was like, yo, I don't have the legendary hammer, but I'm gonna go fist fight that dragon. I'm gonna go throw hands with it.
Which was stupid.
Okay, I guess I see your point.
Unibo, on the other hand, is like, no, I'm out of here, guys. Guys, I've got this protection thing. Man, no, I'm
You
out.
could also call the Goron Elder a coward then, because his back's always fucking with him.
He's not. He was gonna go do it if
No,
his
I mean-
back wasn't.
He's like, I'm gonna go fight this. My back.
I mean, I wouldn't call that cowardice. I would call that being realistic.
But we can all agree that Rito guy, Teba.
Oh, he's
That guy is the worst. He gets no character growth.
No.
Like, you can look at him and be like, you don't do anything.
no.
You put him in a car, it's like, yep, there's all the background, Rito.
Okay, so all right, can we talk about the champions because I feel like they need to be talked about.
Yeah.
I love Rivali. I love Rivali because he's just the Gary Oak, and I'm like, God, I don't know why I like you in these stories, but I love you.
Because you get to show him up. You get to be like, yo, I'm better than you.
Well, they become your driving force for proving yourself, although you don't have to prove yourself because you technically...
Yeah. He's like, prove
Already-
yourself even though you've already proven yourself.
Well, but you didn't, actually. You failed. So you actually proved him right.
You have to...
Well, he failed first.
True.
Have you played Age of Calamity?
No.
Can I say some things about Age of Calamity?
Might as well.
If you want, I'm not going to stop you.
Okay, you pretty much save his life in Age of Calamity, and he shrugs it off like he did all the work, essentially.
Good.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
The mission where you have to pretty much recruit Rivali.
Yeah.
I think you also practically fight him, too.
You do fight him, and then I think Zelda runs. I was like, yo, guys, come on, knock it off. You lost.
I know there's some mission where you practically save Rivali's life, and he's just like
Yeah, that's,
acting like Rivali being a dick.
yeah, that's about the midway point.
I mean, that's what I'd expect of him. Be fair.
Okay, who's your guys' favorite champion?
I already said
Derek.
mine.
Derek.
I like Derek.
Who's
Daruk.
Derek?
Mine's either Daruk.
Oh, okay.
Mine's either Daruk or Urbosa. I like Urbosa.
Urbosa's awesome.
I also kind of like Mifa.
Mifa fucking sucks.
I hate
I don't
Mifa.
like Mifa. She's
She's Rudo 2.0.
she is
No, she's not. She's a downgrade.
She is Rudo, but red.
She's Rudo and not horny.
no.
She's totally horny.
She's horny as fuck for Link, more than Rudo.
Is this coming from Age of Calamity?
Okay, I don't know. My
Because
flashbacks.
I don't know any of that.
Okay, my flashbacks of Ocarina of Time are trying to come back. Rudo was pretty horny.
Oh.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you just met me. Here's a stone. We're
getting married.
now.
She's soaking wet and still a fish.
And then in the water temple, she's like, "You're my husband. Where the fuck have you been for 7 years?
Yeah.
Why did she get married?"
Why does she sound like a grandmother?
Because she might as well be.
Look, Zora's aged differently than
Yeah,
Hylians.
that's true.
And
I
besides,
don't know exactly how.
we listened to the fat guy oink, oink. So Lord
Me.
knows what
Me.
Naruto sounds like.
And he doesn't look that old, but he moves like he's like 100.
Yeah.
So,
Oink. I fucking... God, watching him move and you're just like...
how long will it take the Zora King to move? A week. A week. A week.
Pretty much. But anyway, yeah, Mipha's nothing in the base game. All she is like, I'm the soft-spoken healer. I secretly want Link's dick, but I'm too much of a.
That's all she is.
I'm too much of a. I'm too scared to ask for it, and Link sure as hell isn't gonna say anything. Because all Link is gonna go is ah.
Yeah.
No, Link
Zelda! Yeah!
Link is just looking for another rock sirloin.
I mean, Link just wants to eat. Like,
Yeah, a rock sirloin.
That's all he wants. All he wants is food. He need that, and Mipha's not brave enough to tell him to go for this fish taco.
I also the thing I like about
Sorry.
Urbosa, like, did a pretty damn good job. Did she do a good job of protecting Zelda? Almost as good as Link?
I guess.
Was that her job?
No, it wasn't.
She just kind of took up a role of
She-
being a mentor to Zelda.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
friends with
that's what it
Zelda's
was.
mom, and that was it.
But like even in the little bits that you get in the base game, like you can really tell like she's like her support. Like Link is there to protect her.
It's her mother. Because
Yeah.
she doesn't have a mother. Her mother's dead.
Yeah, which fucking sucks. She's like
She's her mom figure. There we go. That's
I
what
mean,
was
hell,
looking
like you're looking for a figure, Urbosa's got it.
for. Keep dick.
And that fucking snap is the fucking best. God, Urbosa's cool. Okay,
Wait,
Urbosa
Snap,
might
are
be
you talking about,
the lightning?
no, the fucking, the lady that says Snap.
No, she sucks.
I can't remember her name, but she's
Pyrrha.
played Pyra.
Pyrrha.
Yeah,
Pyrrha. Fuck.
Not Pyra. Pyra's from Xenoblade.
Pyrrha
Yeah.
turns into a fucking chibi. There are literal children in that game that look
To be fair,
nothing
that's
like.
explained why that happens in a prequel.
No, I think it's explained in that game why she's like
Is
a
it?
toddler.
Yeah, but she's not a toddler because there are children in that universe and they don't get a giant head and tiny body. Like Pyrrha's a freak.
Well, that's what the Shika do.
freak.
They
She
get
just- I
tiny
just-
bodies and big heads. All three of them.
God, fucking Pyrrha. Like, and if you read her fucking her diary entries, they get kind of suggestive.
Look, she's like 106,
Yeah.
120.
And she now looks like a toddler.
Yes.
Awkward.
Well, you know, and it's
God, like, I'm sorry, like, this like 3.5 foot tall, like mutant doing the fucking victory signs. The
Take
Japanese.
a selfie of me.
It's like
you don't take a selfie of other people.
Take a picture, whatever.
it was like I put up with it. That's basically what it was because she gave good upgrades.
Okay, so there's you guys know what the compendium in that game is, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You go around, you take pictures of everything with the camera.
Oh no, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I talked to Guy and I'm like, "Yo, sell me your damn pictures." So
Yeah,
I don't
guess
have
what?
to find them.
I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't either.
So I actually tried taking pictures of bosses. And taking pictures of enemies and shit. And then I'm in the end game. I'm like, okay, I'm almost done. I got a couple more things left. And then I see that section. He's like, you can buy shit. And I'm like, I have like, I think 300,000 rupees. So I'm checking this and I'm like, oh, I could have just bought all this.
That's the reason I was constantly broke. Is because I'm just like, look, I'm just gonna buy your pictures. I don't care. They look better than mine.
I didn't even. I never met that character.
He's in the same room.
I've watched Let's Plays of Breath of the Wild and people are doing the same shit and I just want to fucking just spam their chat being like, you can just buy this shit. It'll save you runtime. We haven't talked about the best thing you can do in this game,
which is
shield surf.
yes.
I was about to say it better not be shield surfing.
Shield surfing is the best.
It is great.
It's the worst.
There's actually a shield in that game that I'm pretty sure doesn't take damage from doing it too, and it's one you get in the Gerudo Desert. Either that or it doesn't take hardly any.
Oh, it probably breaks.
I mean,
It breaks, but I'm pretty sure it takes like less than 1%. Like doing it.
I doubt it.
I think it's the shield that you get after beating Vondaboris.
Oh, the
Completing Vondaboris.
the Urbosa's shield or whatever.
Well, it's one like that. I'm not sure, but
The
it's
one
the
that you
Gerudo
need-
style shield.
the one that you need diamonds to fix.
Yeah, you need a diamond to pick every champion weapon, and only one of them's good in my opinion. Well, Boulder Breaker's pretty good.
Yeah, I just put them on display in my house.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not gonna go re-get these.
I just want to say my favorite part of shield surfing is when your shield breaks because the wipeout is hysterical.
Yeah, you literally wipe out like on a skateboard.
But like you just go, and you just go ragdoll. And
Link is so agile in that game; he can do anything, but he just falls off of just fucking shield like he can't even.
To be fair, his shield did
shit.
explode.
It's great.
It's not like it just broke. It exploded.
You bounce, and then like
All right,
My
so
favorite.
I have one thing I want to ask you guys: how badly did Thunderblight Ganon fuck you guys up?
horribly.
I don't remember the fight,
Both
so
times.
I'm assuming it went very smoothly.
Lucky you.
He killed me, I think, twice.
He wasn't Water Blight Ganon to me, so like
I didn't
I
have
think-
problems.
I
with
didn't
water
realize that you have to use Magnesis and shock him back. I thought since he was like electric,
that might be why I didn't have any problems.
I figured since he was electric, he'd be immune to electric. I'm thinking
Magnets aren't electric.
and then I'm not. My Pokemon brain wasn't coming in thinking, oh, electric isn't immune to electric. So then I tried it, and I thought, hey, maybe these magnets are here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try lifting it, and then boom, he's shocked.
Yeah, no, all the bosses to me were completely unmemorable except for Water Blight Ganon.
Thunderblight's fine, but the only bosses that are good in that game are outside of the dungeons. Lionels are good. What are the guys with one eyes?
Hinox.
Hinoxes, yeah. Making their return. Most of the enemies that make their return in this game are from older Zeldas.
Like really old.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
the
they did
sad
that.
thing is, the Hinox and Lionels had both returned in Link Between Worlds. Like, they weren't gone.
But these are their first 3D appearance.
Yeah, but they still came from Link Between Worlds. Like
I still get rushes when I fight Lionels. It's fucking fun.
Wait,
Well, yeah,
Lionels are in a Link Between Worlds?
yes.
Yeah, they're in Link to the Past.
Yeah. They're up on Death Mountain.
I just completely forget about them.
I think in Link to the Past are like at the very end of the game.
And they fuck you up in that game.
I think
too.
they're only in the Dark World.
I don't remember the end game of Link to the Past. And I beat that game twice.
That's unfortunate.
This is the part I least remember because I probably just cruised through it.
There's more like DLC. Trial of the Sword. It's fun completing on regular, not on Master Mode. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. More in the DLC. So yeah, you just get upgraded versions of the Master Sword. It still breaks. It goes from 30 to 60 each time. It goes up by 10. There's beginner trials, mid trials, then end trials. Each time it gets harder and harder. I believe the first set of rooms was like 8, and then like I don't even know.
Is this just another?
It's a gauntlet.
Is this just another reskin Savage Gauntlet or Savage Dungeon?
It's a reskin of, remember that island with the shrine that takes away all your shit?
Yeah,
It's
that
a
one.
reskin of that, except I'm pretty sure on the island you get your abilities.
Yes.
You don't in Trial of the Sword.
Okay, so
You
it's
get nothing.
so it's
You're
basically
naked.
the Savage Labyrinth from Wind Waker, except worse. Nice.
Yes, it's awful. I mean, but it's fun to figure
'Cause it
out.
was-
It makes you use your brain.
Because it was bad in Wind Waker, and it was bad in Twilight Princess, and it's bad every time they put it in.
It's something if you're a completionist, you're gonna want to do it. Of course, I was, so I did it.
I mean, I did the island, and
The island fucking sucked. I did it in master mode.
I cheated.
I
on
did
Island.
not do the island in master mode, but I did it in regular, and I had a blast doing it. It was very fun for me.
That Hinox fucked me up.
I cheated. I just dropped some weapons off the shore and said, you know what? I'm gonna bring these in. And I'm just like, oh, weird that I've got this Royal Claymore on the island where I'm supposed to have nothing.
Man, fuck off.
And then I think that's the one where you gotta collect the orbs, right? And put them in.
Yes.
Yeah, I think what happened is one of my orbs rolled off into the water, and I
Yeah,
just couldn't get it.
yeah.
Like, fuck this.
I did that too.
And I'm just looking at it like, I see.
You could have put a barrier there, but you're just like, nope. Reload.
Oh, no, I didn't even reload. I spent the entire time putting it in stasis, trying to get it back up onto the platform.
I think I tried to roll it out with the cryo.
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
but
no. I might have also tried the Korok leaf. It was awful.
Yeah.
But I still consider it a good time. Like, I had a lot of fun on that island. Because that was like a good couple hours.
So yeah, the best thing they added, in my opinion, in the DLC, but it pisses me off that you have to do so much to get it, is the Master Cycle Zero.
Yeah.
It's literally a bike. An ancient Sheikah, like, motorcycle.
Ain't no Ganon horse.
Yeah, but you have to do so much to get it, and, like, horses become obsolete when you get it. You just throw junk inside of it, like materials, and that's your fuel.
Wow, you know what doesn't have fuel? The Ganon horse.
Or any horse.
The Ganon horse, I'm pretty sure, can't even sprint.
It can't, but it can run over other horses. Oh, what's that? Macabre on a horse? Dead.
The thing I hate about the Master Cycle Zero, though, is you've probably completed everything else by the time you've gotten it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's post-game. It's for if you want to explore the wild and also, apparently use fuel.
I do like fighting the Master Monk. I don't know its exact name, but the Master Monk fight's pretty good.
I need to do the rest of the DLC.
It's not bad.
I haven't even bought the DLC. That's how little I care.
You're just like, do I want to pay more money for Breath of the Wild?
I will.
No.
I can't believe we haven't mentioned Master Koga yet.
Yeah, Master Koga's pretty great.
Master Koga's fun.
Incredibly easy.
The entirety of the fucking what are they called? The Yiga clan.
Yiga.
And their lust for bananas.
I hate that part.
That part was great. What
was
are you
the
talking
best
about?
I hate sneaking through there.
Just
It's
throw
funny, but
just
like,
throw bananas on the floor.
It's great. They hop up and like.
did you guys find
"Ooh."
the stash of bananas?
Yes,
There's like 30 of them there. I'm pretty sure.
it's great.
Yeah, it's a good time.
I would hate doing that run if there was like if you're trying to do like a no-hit run or like a speed run. Anything, because like if you
No
get
banana-
found, you're done.
No banana run.
I mean, it's basically just a redo in Breath of the Wild of the stealth section of like the Gerudo Fortress in Ocarina.
Basically, it's just another
Yeah.
stealth segment that they keep.
Except
throwing
you
into that
can
game.
get caught in the Yiga hideout.
Yeah,
You're
you
just-
just
Awful
bail.
though.
except you're really fucked. You literally can't get caught in the Gerudo hideout.
That is true. It doesn't allow you.
Or it could be like
continue.
Majora's Mask, and you just put a slab of stone on your face, and you're good.
I don't know what you guys did in Ocarina of Time, but I just used a long shot. I'm just
I
like,
haven't
I ain't
done
deal
it
with
yet.
nobody here.
I
long
haven't-
shot.
I haven't done it yet. That's my problem.
Imagine not having the long shot, and you just go straight to the Gerudo hideout after the Forest Temple.
I mean, you would have the bow.
Wait, can you?
You can
Yes.
go once you get Epona. You can go there.
Yeah,
Oh god.
and you can get Epona before you go to the forest.
Because I think I thought
Just gotta
about
be an adult.
I think I thought about doing it, but then you guys told me to do the Spirit Temple.
Yeah, and the Spirit Temple's the one that takes you through the Gerudo Fortress.
Okay, then I'm thinking of the other one.
Shadow Temple.
Shadow Temple.
I think you're supposed to do the Shadow Temple first, but that's not in Breath of the Wild.
I know. I just
There is that forest though that sucks.
I had fun.
The just pitch black forest is like, oh, and then wander
But, I
around.
mean, problem is that there's nothing
We're
worth
talking about
it.
the forest in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, the pitch
yeah,
black one.
the pitch black one. Where
I didn't
it's
mind
just-
that.
There's a Hinox hiding in there. Screw you.
I've never found it.
Yeah, he's just hanging out in there.
Speaking of the DLC, you actually find something really valuable in there. So the DLC also adds a bunch of bonus items, like the Phantom Ganon armor. It sucks. Wouldn't recommend it.
Can you level it up?
No.
Good.
All it does is give you increased stealth, I think.
Wow, it's just as bad as the Shaka armor. Except
get
you
the
can
Korok
level
mask.
up the Shika armor.
I use the Sheikah armor all the time.
See, what I wish the Korok mask did was actually show where all the Korok seeds are. If it
No.
showed where all of them are, I probably would have got them all.
Absolutely not. We cannot put 900 markers on the map.
All it does is shake when you're near one.
Oh boy.
And you have to
Wow.
be literally right near it.
Helpful.
I don't even have the Korok mask. Is it DLC?
It is DLC.
That would be why.
There's a lot of extra content in Breath of the Wild.
My favorite thing is when they put the special costumes in, like the Dark Link costume. You just look at it and you go, wow, this is the most garbage.
Yeah.
If it-
I can have
upgraded
4 armor.
Yeah.
If you could upgrade it, I probably would have wore it.
I can have 4 armor and move slightly faster at night. Oh boy.
Woo.
That is probably the best part about Breath of the Wild, though, I would say.
Is it all the trash armor?
all the armor.
No, just like actually being able to wear whatever the fuck you want.
I could wear plate mail for fuck's sake. I could be a real fucking knight. It's great. That's all I ever wore was
Not
the
having to
goddamn
be
armor.
forced to wear a green tunic.
There's not even is there even a green tunic?
Yeah.
There is.
Okay, well
Amiibo has every single Link outfit.
okay, well fuck that. I never want to wear the green tunic ever again. The blue shirt's great.
I mean, you're wrong. I like choices.
Oh no, I okay. I'm not saying I don't want it to be there. I'm saying I would be happy if I never wore it.
Like Amiibos, like for example, you can get every Link costume. You can get the Fierce Deity armor, which is exactly the Barbarian armor, but you have to upgrade it. I'm pretty sure it's the same materials too. You need the same Lionel materials to upgrade it to max.
Good shit.
Yeah,
Fucking
I enjoyed it.
Fucking love murder and Lionels.
Yeah, and you also get the weapons. You can get the big Goron sword. You can get the Fierce Deity sword.
Is it really the bigger on sword if it breaks? That's just a giant.
I hate that too. It's like if it's Amiibo weapons, I wish they wouldn't break because it's also RNG whether or not you get it out of the chest, and you can only open one of those chests with that Amiibo once per day.
Yeah.
But knowing that with the Switch's time clock, you can just skip ahead a day. You can take advantage of that, which is nice. But
You know what I would like for the next game to fix this fucking weapon problem? Show us the fucking health bars of the weapons and let us break down shit weapons to fix them.
yeah, I actually wouldn't mind that.
For fuck's sake. Like, come on. And
Yeah,
make the Master Sword unbreakable.
But they don't have to show you the health bar when it's only got 10 hits.
To be fair, if the Master Sword was never unbreakable, nobody would ever use it. Anything else.
I would use other
No
things. The Master
shit!
Sword is incredibly weak.
Like, you should use the Master Sword.
The Master Sword is a mid-tier weapon at best.
It is, unless it's
Not
glowing.
not if you upgrade it to the 60.
Yeah, but
It's the
base
best
game.
single-handed weapon.
But
Base game.
Okay, no, not if you get not if you get a plus like 24 Royal Sword.
Base game. It is a mid-tier weapon.
It is.
It doesn't do anything to warrant being called the Master Sword. But then again,
And Hyrule
every
Castle.
time the Master Sword's in the game, it's always the mid-tier weapon.
I think it also acts like the
Is
fully
it?
upgraded Master Sword towards Guardians too.
In Link to the Past, the Master Sword's the second upgrade.
Yes.
There's 4 upgrades.
Okay.
Well, there's 3 upgrades.
And I know the quote unquote Master Sword in Zelda 1 is the second sword.
That's the white sword. It's
Well-
not the Master Sword.
But it's where the Master Sword comes from
No, it
because
doesn't. That's the
it's
white sword.
but the word master is used in dialogue when you get it.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't think it is.
It is.
I think you're bullshitting.
I am not bullshitting you. I'm being completely serious.
Anyway.
I'm 99% sure that's even where the term Master Sword comes from because it's stated that you have to be a master to wield it.
Yeah, and then you have to be
And
you have to be even more master to wield it.
Yeah, I know.
Even more Master to upgrade it.
I know, but no. So Ocarina of Time. There's the bigger
on sword.
Which is great.
I would
alright.
call it an upgrade since it deals like double damage.
It does.
And as a
but
kid, you can use Deku Sticks with the jump attack.
cool. Wind Waker.
Then yeah, Wind Waker. When you get the Master Sword, it's a mid tier until you upgrade it to the Awakened Master Sword.
It's
Oh,
dull
but it's
as shit.
still the Master Sword.
No, it's a different
And
one.
Gandor's exact words. It's like dull, and it's a former. Not as good as it once was.
Yeah, and it's all retracted. As far as
Gandorf
I'm
knows how good the Master Sword is, so he says it's trash in its current form in Wind Waker.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's all closed up and whatnot. It needs to do the Power Ranger thing where it shoots out the sides and whatnot.
Let's see.
Okay, so Twilight Princess.
Doesn't have anything better than the Master Sword.
Okay, so there is one.
You're right. Nope.
It's got the wooden stick, it's got the Orden Sword, and then the Master Sword.
Okay, and then Skyward Sword.
I mean, it's basically the Master Sword all the way through the game.
That's what.
Yeah, it's turning into the Master Sword.
Well, because it starts as the Goddess Sword, and then you turn it into the Master Sword, which is pretty fucking cool.
I thought it was cool too.
Okay, so that's now I'm done with that tangent. It's too bad you can't. I kept expecting to be able to toss my fucking Master Sword into a pool and upgrade it, just like in fucking Link to the Past.
Fuck you, Fi.
Just throw it into water. There were a bunch of fairy pools, which were the best kept. I didn't find that in my first playthrough.
If you could upgrade weapons, that's kind of what I wish you could do in Fairy Fountains, is just throw the shit up there.
The problem is you can't throw the Master Sword when you do the thing.
It has beams.
Yeah, but only when you're at full health.
By the way, upgrading the Breath of the Wild tunic, which is your reward for getting 120 shrines completed, it's a Breath of the Wild tunic, and it looks kind of like the Zelda 1 tunic.
Is that the one with no pants?
Yes, it looks like the Zelda 1 tunic.
That's garbage.
It is, because you want to know what your set bonus is?
Trash?
Yes. It's very trash.
You become trash.
Your beams on the Master Sword, I'm pretty sure they do slightly more damage.
Woo!
And whoever uses the beam on the Master Sword.
I did it for the fun until I realized I was literally destroying the sword.
It's not good.
It's terrible, but it's great that they put it in, because the last time we had it was in fucking Link Between Worlds, technically.
I think in Breath of the Wild you have to be at full health too.
Of course, like any other Zelda game.
And it's not good.
Of course not. It's never been good. It's just been a distance weapon.
It's been good in Majora's Mask, and that was the one time.
Well, technically it was good in Zelda 1 because it was infinitely better than the poke.
I mean,
the poke is terrible.
I think the sword beam in Zelda 1 had the same power as the wood sword.
Well, yeah.
All the time. It never upgraded.
But still, the poke sucked.
But in Majora's Mask, the Fierce Deity sword, the projectile on that one had the exact same damage as the sword itself.
Oh, it could kill Majora, I'm pretty sure, in under a minute.
Yeah, it's like 12 hits.
I've seen, Majora is a fucking joke with the Fierce Deity sword. It's kind of nuts.
A pain in the ass is regular Link, though.
Still worth doing.
I saw Josh do it without taking a hit. And he wasn't trying. He was just there. He's just like, whatever.
I'm pretty sure Majora's whips don't even actually cause actual damage. They just stun you.
You know who's not in Breath of the Wild?
What?
Majora.
Majora's Mask is.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty much, we didn't even talk about the actual,
Isn't Majora's Mask Majora?
No, shut up.
It is.
We're not talking about Majora Reincarnated or whatever his stupid name
That is still Majora's Mask.
Wait, what the... How many people fucking reincarnate in this goddamn series?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's not a reincarnation. It's incarnation. And then it's wrath.
I'm a big fan of Incarnation.
Anyway, these things are not in Breath of the Wild.
Majora's Mask is in Breath of the Wild.
The mask is, and it does the same thing as the Lionel mask.
Does the same thing as all of them. Except I don't think they're as good.
Well, the Lionel mask is the best one of the base game enemy masks.
But you fucking buff out.
Yeah, and all the enemies are just like, look at that Lionel. Except for the Lionels who go, wait a minute, that's not a Lionel.
Well, no shit.
I just love how you act like them, too. They all just walk around and stare at you.
It's great.
Yeah.
My favorite part of interacting with Lionels is that they don't immediately aggro you. They're like, fucker. Are you coming here? This is my area. I own this. Are you sure you want to come closer? Like they'll just stare you down. Like, you gonna do this? Are you sure you want to do this?
I think if you stare back at them, they eventually charge you.
Eventually. No, see, you could be
but
like
they
what
give
happened
you
to me.
time.
Like what happened to me, and then I saw that, and I'm like, that's a Lionel. I'm not fighting that. And then I slowly walked away with my back turned. And I got shot in the ass with a shock arrow.
Good, you deserved it.
Because they will do that.
Never turn your
They'll
back
be like,
on
hey, you looked me dead in the eye.
Yeah.
That's a sign of a challenge.
I mean, but they will
Look,
leave you
when
alone.
Pokemon trainers lock eyes, they must fight.
It is true. But if
These
you
are the
do run
laws.
away, they do not chase you. Usually. I've had to do that before. As long as you skirt far enough around them, they're usually fine. But I just love that they'll stand there and be like, "You want to go?" And it's like, "I'm weighing my options."
The best thing I ever learned about fighting Lionels is that whenever you're on their back, riding them, giggity, have your best weapon out, your strongest weapon. I had my 96 Royal Claymore out. I think you can even get the Royal Guards Claymore, like the black and red one. That one did like 118 damage for me because I had the attack up. When you're on their back, ride them and they're jumping around, that doesn't cause decay to your weapon.
Yep. It's incredible.
So you can have that equipped and you're doing like a shit ton of damage.
It's the best way to kill them, probably.
Because a gold Lionel has 7,500 health. So when you get like 6 stabs in with 118 damage weapon, that's like 666.
Just about. You're hitting almost a 10th, which is not bad.
That's pretty damn good.
That just sounds like it's not worth fighting.
It is, because they drop a lot of good shit.
That just sounds like whatever. I'm leaving. I don't need
Jake,
you.
how else are you going to stock up your mighty Lionel bows? Which is the best bow in the game.
That is true.
It can shoot 5 arrows.
Oh boy,
That's
5
excessive.
For the
arrows.
price of 1.
Oh boy.
But it only costs 1.
Which is why you equip bomb arrows and destroy the landscape. And just
I
go.
wish they did the same thing for ancient arrows. That would be great. You just obliterate
Are you
everything.
all ready to warp to another dimension?
Because I only have like, I think 100 ancient arrows. So like, yeah.
I mean,
That would be great. I would do that.
dude, like, ancient arrows are so busted. I love them.
I actually really love their design too. Ancient gear in general, I think, is just a great design.
I hate the armor.
I love the armor.
The armor looks fucking stupid.
Have you ever used an ancient shield? Do you know it actually deflects guardian beam or lasers?
Just on its own. It's
Without
fantastic.
the
I
area?
love everything Guardian except for the Guardian armor. I know the Guardian armor makes you look like a dork.
Is it the hair?
It's the helmet.
The fact that it like covers your face?
I don't care that it covers my face. It's that it's like this fucking tall. It's like it makes me into a fucking cone head, and it just makes you look like a doof.
I wish it turned me into a spider.
Anybody want to check out this shrine?
Speaking of the Guardians, I love the Guardians. I think they're the best newly designed enemy in the game.
Totally.
They were shown in the trailers, for Christ's sake.
The fact that you can
The
fucking
first trailer of the game.
the fact that you can parry their lasers is one of the best things ever.
It's satisfying, but it really pisses you off when you miss. You're like, fuck, let me try again.
Wait, I
Fuck,
can't.
let me try again.
It blew up my shield.
And it'll just sit there and blow you into oblivion.
Oh yeah, it's good.
That's going to be the title of the video, Blow You into Oblivion.
Might as well. I mean, that's what the game did. Like, let's not pretend when we played this game, we had a blast.
I
It's
did.
just the further you
It's
get away.
addicting. Like, it's not top tier Zelda in my opinion, but it's very, very freaking addicting.
Well, like, the main thing is that, like, having touched more Zelda games since then, it's like, I still don't get the appeal of Ocarina. It's so lost. I mean, I love looking at Ocarina. I don't love playing it. But, like, having touched Twilight Princess and, like, seen some of those cutscenes and the cutscene direction, like, holy crap, I get what's missing from Breath of the Wild.
Hear that, Jake?
Yeah.
Twilight Princess is a good game.
He didn't say that.
He says it's a good adventure.
I said it sets up its story very, very well. You feel the epicness of what's going. It's never been more dire than Zelda in the Twilight Realm in like a vagabond costume. Like that says a lot in very little. And the sad part is that I've seen that scene before, but getting to play it and have it come up, it's like, oh, I get it.
I will admit that trailer you showed me, that beta footage, was so bad.
But like, but Breath of the Wild is really cool because the adventure is the adventure you make. That's not something for everyone, though.
It's because it's not linear. It really allows you to play the game however you want it.
It will never be as good as a well-crafted story, but I would argue that there are very few well-crafted stories in Zelda.
The thing that makes Breath of the Wild for me is you can't play it the same way every time.
Yeah.
Not for me. I didn't. My master mode playthrough wasn't the same as my regular playthrough.
Oh, but you have to play master mode like way differently.
You got to play it with your cheeks clenched. I did.
My favorite was when they instituted the thing that showed you your deaths in my original one, and I watched myself die like 10 times at the
map
very
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all like a good 80% of your deaths are going to be in the Great Plateau, especially since there's a line over there.
But like 5 of them in a row were that very first tower.
I'm pretty sure the Great Plateau in Master Mode has all blue enemies or better in Master Mode.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
Yeah,
but
they'll one-shot you.
But in Master Mode, you only have one canonical death. Technically
No,
speaking,
it's not permadeath.
but there's only one save. So what happens is
So you're saying there's no autosave? What you're saying?
it only autosaves one time.
No, I remember what you're saying.
And when you go back and play deaths, all it shows you is your most recent death because that's the only one that counts.
Yeah.
Whereas in regular mode, it shows you every single death because every single one of those counted.
Yeah,
Which is
I remember now.
hilarious to watch.
It's been like a year now since I played Breath of the Wild.
It's just one of those things that I remember. So,
There's one more topic I want to reach before I'm going to shut up. Calamity Ganon is pure dog shit.
I disagree.
I hate Calamity Ganon. I think it was an awful idea.
Pig noodle.
What makes Calamity Ganon okay? By the trailers, Calamity Ganon, which I think is going to turn into Calamity Ganondorf, is going to give me hope for this version of Ganon.
He's just gonna rehydrate.
I think he's going to actually turn into his human form in the sequel.
Yeah, he's gonna. We saw his.
But that's pretty much confirmed.
We saw his raisin form, and we're going to turn him back into a grape.
So, okay, which one of them's Calamity Ganon? He's the Dark Beast one, right? Like,
We don't talk about that.
because
Calamity-
the final Ganon in that game is garbage. It is most garbage version of Ganon I've ever seen.
Oh, Ganon? Yeah, it's bad.
All right. Okay, this whole game is hyping up how you're supposed to go and destroy Calamity Ganon.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to go rescue don't rescue Zelda, but go save or recruit the Divine Beasts again. Not recruit them, but fucking
You free them.
free them of Ganon, Calamity Ganon's malice.
Yep.
And then all of the champions help you by cutting his health bar in half. I'm sorry, but that just ruins a final boss fight, if you ask me.
Well, but it's. Yeah, it does.
Because I think the fight overall is pretty good.
But the problem is you have to fight all the blights if you don't kill them at the Divine Beast, which
They could have done that again anyway.
They probably should have.
Which I think would have been awesome, because Hyrule Castle kicks fucking ass.
Oh, Hyrule Castle's the only good dungeon.
Yeah.
They put all their effort into that, and
They should have.
damn did it pay off, because that dungeon is awesome.
Hyrule Castle was so good. I would just hang out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd probably get killed, but I mean...
Oh,
No.
I just hung out there and just killed stuff because it was fun. Because running through Hyrule Castle was a blast.
I think that is it's easily the best Hyrule Castle. It's probably top 5 dungeon themes for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the fucking orchestra just balled out. Orchestrally, that is just awesome.
Like, I mean, that's half the reason I stayed there was the music.
You fight, I think, 3 Lionels there in each courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
You find all the best weapons and shields there.
Yeah.
You can go there anytime you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I went and got the Hylian shield in my Master Mode playthrough, because, yeah.
The problem is that, like, Hyrule Castle is an incredible dungeon, and yet it almost doesn't feel like one. I mean, it is one.
It doesn't have a boss key, that's what the problem is.
I don't
Yeah.
really care for that.
It doesn't have a clear, hey, walk in here, fight Ganon.
Oh, no, it does that. It has that in the map.
Because I was just putzing around one day. I walked in and like, there's a nice open room. Ah, shit, it's Ganon!
Oh my god.
Ah, shit! I'm falling into the bottom pit.
And I think I texted you, and I texted Phil, I'm like, yo, I accidentally beat the game. I just wanted to see how far I could take it with what I had, and then it's just, whoops.
Whoops, end of the game right there. I think it took me like weeks after you even beat it for me to actually finish the fucking game.
Okay, so I might traverse what I said. I don't think the story bad. I just think how they told it was bad. I don't like how they did it in flashbacks and it's Link remembering all of it.
I thought that was perfectly serviceable for what it was. The problem, my personal problem with it is the amount.
Yeah, the 4 minutes.
Because
Like
you gotta
4
remember,
minutes
you can.
plot.
It's not all in order. You can remember it all in different spots.
Oh boy, I got the worst order. The first memory I found was the one that Zelda's like, "Stop following me!" She slams the door in your face. I'm like, "Whoa,
Leave
okay."
me alone.
I'm like,
I don't want you dead.
I'm just like,
But I secretly
okay.
do.
The funniest one would be like, is the one where you save her life, and then the next one would be when she's like, "Stop following me."
Fucking Zelda. Like I
Eat a frog.
Zelda is really a really good character. One of my favorite Zeldas as a character in Breath of the Wild. Because let's be fair, there are some Zeldas in Zelda games that are nothing.
Yeah, like the one in Majora's Mask.
Yeah, she's in one cutscene. I'll even admit that.
Okay, but like even ones where she's supposed to be sent like a main character, she's really not. And this Zelda is a relatable, interesting character with quirks.
But she's not the best one. That one's from Spirit Tracks.
Yes, but I only have to go on. The only thing I have to go on as far as that is the one scene, which is hilarious. I really like Skyward Sword's Zelda for the time in which she exists as a character with any form of agency, because that quickly disappears. But yeah, no, Zelda in Breath of the Wild is a really cool character. I actually like her as a character, as a person. She's a fucking science nerd. I dig that.
Science nerd who wants you to eat a frog.
No, she wants you to look at it.
No, she wants you to eat
She
it.
didn't want you to eat it.
She totally wants you to
No,
eat
she
it.
didn't say
I
that.
got something pretty funny to say.
What?
I'm actually glad the King of Hyrule got the most screen time since the CDI games.
Yeah, you got
Well, no.
He got some screen time in Wind
I was
Waker.
gonna say, Wind Waker,
Oh,
he's
wait,
there
yeah,
a
that's
lot.
right.
He had the ability to hijack the plot from the man who hijacks the plot.
But he's also a boat in that game.
He's a man at the end of it,
Mhm.
and then he hijacks the plot.
Just like, Triforce is mine.
I was here the whole time. I was hiding under that rock.
Fucking...
Holy plot twist. Didn't see it coming.
But,
But yeah, my point is like the King of Hyrule isn't present in most Zelda games.
yeah.
And this, he actually plays a crucial role.
I think he's in Zelda 2.
Maybe it's words.
I just didn't see it coming that the ghost in the beginning, or he's not even a ghost. Well, he's a
I
ghost, but I didn't see it coming that he was the dead king.
We thought he was gonna be Ganon.
Did we?
Ganon doesn't have a gray beard.
He could.
He does in Smash Bros. But
He could. He totally could. He
Does he
could.
have a beard in Smash Bros? I mean, no.
he has the chin strap he's famous for.
No.
Wait,
no,
what? The sideburns.
Twilight Princess has a beard.
Yeah.
But-
Is that the one that Smash Bros. Is based off of?
Brawl and 4.
So not Smash Ultimate?
No, Ultimate's that one up there. Ocarina of Time Dwarf.
Really?
Yeah. They brought him back and they won't make an amiibo of him because they hate him.
I don't really care for his face.
You're wrong, but okay.
That's a great- that is a
it's
great
too
portrait of
narrow and long.
He's aerodynamic.
That he is.
I got to admit, fucking Ganondorf next to Sexy Wario up there is a pretty top tier like illustration to have up there.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty top tier.
No one can see it.
I tried to get as many shots of it as I could. And
See what's happening is Ganondorf is staring, locking eyes, and he can't take his eyes off of Sexy Wario. That is what's happening behind the scenes.
Okay, anyway, my art decorations aside, I actually like the Calamity Ganon fight. The one where you fight him in the castle. I think that's probably the best fight I've seen from Ganondorf. Even though it's not really Ganondorf. He's just a mass of gross disgustingness.
He's a
just
mass
like,
of grossness. He's like a guardian with flesh.
He's just like, hey, I'm insanely fucked up right now.
It's the pig noodle got in the machines and went to town.
So, like,
Fucking love the pig noodle.
if the main Ganondorf is this was my question with Breath of the Wild when it came out. If the main Ganondorf is the Curse of Demise, what the fuck is this?
This is an amalgamation of fuck-ups.
This is. I was gonna say this is Demise after so many failures that he's just like, man, fuck this body shit. I'm just gonna be a malevolent force of nature.
This is Demise's evil twin.
No, it's
Demise.
it's still Demise. It's just Demise after, like you said, like millennia of failure. This is evolution. This is what happens when you continuously fail and you have to adapt. And the final adaptation was to go full noodle.
Except that full noodle.
I can't get over that.
I don't know if he's going full noodle in the Ganon fight.
No. At that point, he's but like, what's the noodle gonna do? The noodle's just made out of dark energy. Like, it's not gonna be able to mess with Link because Link's got the Master Sword and whatnot.
You think we should explain the noodle to other people and not just these?
I do gotta say, I'm glad his halberd's back. He has a halberd in this fight.
Ganon's never had a halberd.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never.
Do I keep this? Not a halberd, a fucking
Trident.
trident. God, why do I keep calling it a halberd?
I don't know.
I mean, I
Tridents are
guess
great.
they're long weapons.
They're both long spears.
Yes. The halberd just happens to have an axe on it.
Yeah.
Chop. Yeah, no. He needed a physical form to kill you with.
He
Yeah.
has like a. It's
It's
like
just
a,
like, but then why become the pig noodle?
I
I
like
think
the
that
form.
I
that's
think
on
the
poster.
pig noodle is just literally his aura.
I mean, it is, but like, he's got force. He can. But like, I don't understand. Like,
Well, obviously it's an astral projection.
yeah, pretty much. I mean,
And he's just like, crap, you're in the castle, you're gonna beat up my body. If you do that, I might be dead, so let me just get back in my body. Huh, I don't remember all these extra appendages.
I see that you have brought robots. Good thing I'm evil energy now. I will take your robots. It's like
They still haven't explained that one. They haven't explained when Ganondorf became elite hacker.
yeah.
They
But, I
just
mean-
kind of brushed that one under the rug.
Well, because even in the prequel to Breath of the Wild, they're expecting Calamity Ganon. They're not expecting Ganondorf. They're expecting the pig noodle, which is like, when did Ganon go noodle, and why? Which I think is exactly what we're trying.
Speaking of that, for
Speculate.
like Breath of the Wild 2, I was like, it looks like Ganondorf, but like, what the fuck did they actually find down there?
They found a mummy.
Yeah, just like the one that's up at the top of Hyrule Castle.
It's like
That's a joke that nobody will get.
I really hope actual dungeons do come back, because like, I really do think the Wilds games can be really fucking good.
if they put in the time and make things that are comparable to Hyrule Castle as dungeons, I will not complain.
Because I do gotta say it, like, Breath of the Wild really set the tone of how good games like Nintendo can make, like, for their newer consoles. Yes, Nintendo is behind.
Did it?
Nintendo is behind, like, let's say the PS5,
Well,
the Xbox.
Now, what kind of quality are we talking here?
But I'm just saying, like, Breath of the Wild looked really freaking good for a Nintendo game.
What we're saying is that Nintendo is not quite AAA,
They're not.
and producing something like Breath of the Wild is an achievement.
I mean, if you say so, I feel like anybody else could have done Breath of the Wild.
Anybody,
Hey,
yes, but Nintendo did
But
it.
it's about
there was that
Nintendo
Chinese
doing it.
company that did it.
Yeah, but that's not
You're
as
talking
good.
about fucking Genshin Impact.
There's a difference in the focus. Like, fucking Genshin Impact is not as well designed as Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is designed in how it's explored. You can see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's about shrine placement. It's about what you can see in certain areas. They play tested and designed and crafted an experience that is built to help you explore. As opposed to most open world games where you climb a fucking tower and you're like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Nothing looks interesting.
You know, you could say the exact same thing about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
You climb that tower and you go, okay,
There's
I
that direction,
bet-
that
But
direction.
there's like
multiple shrines and stuff. Like there's
you climb the tower and you go, man, I bet there's something on that mountain. Let me just throw a marker on there. I guess I'll go over there and see what happens.
Well, yeah, but then you get
just
rewarded
like
for
Far
doing
Cry.
it. But
just like Far Cry.
But Far Cry is like, I just find that Far Cry is a lot more dull. Whereas
that's because it's real world.
Yeah, I don't want to play a video game to be in the real world. I want fun.
So Horizon.
Ugh. I did. Ugh.
Anyway, no, you can feel the design, the heavy design that's not just throwing random shit. It's placed with purpose, and that's kind of cool. Like, that's not something you get from a lot of open world games. Like, you play fucking Skyrim, it's like, it just doesn't feel as telegraphed and as interesting, and there's not as much stuff worth doing. Like,
you're not gonna tell me that there's things worth doing in Breath of the Wild, are you?
Some side quests are very pointless. Like,
because
find me an ice rod, get 20 rupees.
Yeah, this is like the weapon quest. Like, hey, if you find a rusty sword, show it to me. Oh, you found a rusty... If you find a traveler's sword, show it to me.
I tried completing that, and I was like, man, this just does not get worth it.
If you don't do it early enough, I think you can get locked out of it. Like, you can't find a rusty sword after you've beaten all 4 of the divine beasts.
that's a lie.
Finding a mob...
Okay,
because there was one that asked me for a mob.
No, a traveler's sword.
You can't
That's
find
tough.
one easily.
I was gonna say, rusty swords, I've been able to find, like, way more than I should. Traveler swords, like, those fucking disappear.
Then there's, like, the set locations where they spawn and shit.
Yeah.
I remember finding I think it was a traveler's sword in a rock. I'm just like, holy shit, it's not the master sword on the toe? Is it right over there? Is it that easy? And then it wasn't.
Nope, it was a fucking traveler sword.
I do have one more complaint that I just remembered. I really wished in, like, the journal... This is what I'm also hoping for a sequel. For the Great Fairy Fountains. Mm-hmm. I really wish, outside of the Great Fairy Fountains, it would remind you that you need, like, this material, like, under your armor sets, that you need, like, this material to upgrade this armor piece. Because there's nothing worse than going to the Great Fairy Fountain and realizing you need one more Bokoblin horn. Or, like, one more of this, or just... And then going all the way back.
I was saying, you're always at the Great Fairy where there's nothing. That monster is nowhere to be found.
Yeah,
and you're just like, I hate you.
What they should do in the sequel is go, like, you go on. There should be another tab under that piece of armor, and it should say, you need this. I'm saying outside of the Great Fairy Fountain. You need this to upgrade to this next level.
Yeah.
That would be a quality of life improvement.
That's a quality of life improvement that's in games 10 years older than this.
Like, this is another way I think they could also increase improve the durability system. Upgrade the weapons.
I wish.
Like, a 1-star or a 0-star, it could be, like, default like it was in Breath of the Wild. And then a 1-star, increase it by, like, 25%, the durability. 2-star, 50%. 3-star, 75%. And 4-star, never breaks again.
Let me throw my Master Sword into a Great Fairy pool.
Tell me
I
that's
just
not a
want
great
to do
idea.
that again.
No, they upgrade weapons.
Yeah, you're totally right. There should be an upgrade system so you can, like, if you like a certain weapon, you should be able to upgrade it so that it never breaks.
They did it in Age of Calamity.
And
they never broke an Age of Calamity.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying upgraded weapons.
But, like, just if you think about it, like, all you'd have to do is, like, you have, like, say, like, 2 slots per item of things you can make that just never break. It's like, I want to only use this.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fucking great. I'd love that. Fucking get on it, Nintendo. Because you're totally listening.
All right.
Only if I show footage.
Oh.
Only if I show footage, bro. Wow, that's the only
Yeah, but they won't be. They won't
take
listen.
you down right away.
I was gonna say they won't listen. They'll just tell us to shut the fuck up.
I mean, they're gonna do that. regardless.
That's funny.
But they'll probably say it in Japanese.
True.
Time to throw out the Google Translate.
I don't need to listen to Google Translate insult me.
That's what I live for.
Oh, God. Has anybody got anything else? I think I've covered just about anything.
The horse god is great.
I didn't even know about that until post game.
Yeah, that's the horse god.
Because I remember Phil's like, oh yeah, if you find a fountain, throw money in it. I'm like, okay. And then I got grabbed. And I'm just like, Phil, what the hell did you do to me? And you're like, I don't know. This didn't happen to me.
Well, yeah, because I found a different fountain. Sorry.
That's funny.
It's great. Love this game. I had a lot of fun playing this game. I will continue to have fun every time I play it. And I know that the game is honestly flawed.
There's a lot of flaws, but
I think it's a step in the right direction.
I'm a guy that critiques a lot more on story than gameplay.
Fair.
It's both about equally, but man, like I enjoy gameplay a lot more if there's also a really good story. I really wanted to give this an 8. I'm sorry, Breath of the Wild. I'm wearing your t-shirt right now, but I'm giving you a 7.
So I've been saying this since day 1. Technically day 4, I think, from when I actually got to play it. This is both the most and least Zelda game that I've played. And unfortunately, that results in a 6.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Damn.
I almost gave Breath of the Wild an 8 because I used to like Breath of the Wild a lot. Like, it was my 3rd favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But that has gotten pushed down to my 5th. It's just like, there's so many things that could make this game a lot better.
It's a good first attempt at something that Nintendo hasn't done before. It's just so sad that it falls into these pitfalls that we solved over a decade ago. Like, that's the saddest part about it. Like, I was able to look over them because I'm the kind of guy who could just look over shit as long as there's enough positive stuff going on. Mm-hmm. But I can't look over it anymore because I can't. Like, this is anyone who's listened to the old Corncast will remember how much I fucking jerked this game's dick off.
You gotta remember, when I gave this game a 5 on the Corncast, that is when I was in the middle of playing it and I was like in love with it. Mm-hmm. And then like my opinions kind of changed a lot. I probably would have given it a 3 or a 4 now on that.
I probably would have given it a 4 instead of a 5. It is not the absolute... It's an amazingly tailored game to what I love, but I'm not going to pretend like it's perfect anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
Jake opened my eyes about a lot of Twilight Princess's flaws. Like, to be fair, I only gave Twilight Princess a 10 out of spite for Jake's hate for it. I wanted to give it a 9.
Like
I was going to give it a 9.
It's me and my love for Piplup, man. As soon as Jake starts to hate on it, it's like, just double down.
I mean, you do whatever you want. I don't care.
Well, I'm still doing it despite you, even if it doesn't matter.
Now that what I'm hoping for is now that Nintendo has made this game and has hopefully listened to our feedback. Who am I kidding? No.
We are 3 dudes in a basement.
I'm not talking about just ours. I'm talking about the fans in general. Because there's more people than just us that have complained about Breath of the Wild.
Nintendo is infamous for not listening to anyone. It's their greatest gift and their greatest curse.
You see,
they don't give a fuck about their fans. They still charge $60 for fucking
remakes. Yeah,
remakes and games that fucking you finish in like 10 hours.
Are you ready for Skyward Sword HD for $70?
Again, I will say I will buy anything.
I know it's gonna be $60.
I will buy anything Zelda for $60.
If you buy the Joy-Cons, though, I mean.
No, fuck
which
you.
Those got scalped immediately.
See, at least with this one, they've got the framework now. They've got the skeleton of what could be a good game.
They've got, yeah, the only...
They just need to, like, dress it up a little bit better. Put some better, like, skin on it.
I mean, and they clearly know that they need the time because they basically told us, like, don't even think about it. Which I'm like, you know what? If that means it's going to be even better, fucking just take your time. Because this is a formula that can be incredible if you do it right.
So I was also really looking forward to this episode. As sad as I am giving Breath of the Wild a 7, I really want its sequel to be a 10.
I would not be surprised if it's an 8.5 to a 9.
Yeah, at most.
If I'm being honest, I think it will hit that level because I would personally give Breath of the Wild now probably an 8, and I know my points don't matter.
I know, but I want to put.
He'll put it on there anyway.
I want to put them in for spare. Yeah.
Did I give
in case we have a tie.
Did I give?
I think he does that for ties.
No, I'm not gonna do that for ties.
Oh.
Is that more or less than I gave anything else?
You gave Wind Waker an 8,
Okay.
and I think that's the only.
Did I not contribute? I don't think I might
for
have.
Twilight Princess, you gave it a 7.
Okay. And I mean that's still based on like my tiny amount of exposure to it.
I hope a group of diehard Breath of the Wild fans are watching this and hearing it get a 13, and they're just like, "What the fuck? Fuck you guys! You're not true Zelda fans." Even though we've played every game in the series practically.
You two have. Remember.
I haven't played the Oracle games or fucking Triforce Heroes. I would call myself a diehard fan.
You also didn't play Cadence of Hyrule.
Okay, Cadence of Hyrule.
It counts.
A rhythm game, a rhythm spin-off.
It counts.
It's a rhythm dungeon crawler.
I have played it now. I've played like an hour of it, and I've seen it all.
I mean, oh,
Cool. That hour that's gonna help in the next video.
a video that I will have nothing to say about.
Yeah. So Breath of the Wild. It's a mid tier for me.
13 out of 20. I can't believe it. All right. See you guys later.
Yeah.
See ya.
Hey there, did you enjoy what you just watched? I don't know what you just watched, but did you enjoy it? Well, we have other series on this channel. We have...
Pokemon.
We also have Getting a Platinum.
We've also done a whole bunch of Zelda stuff.
We also got a series going on called Remnant, From the Ashes.
Maybe check out Cornzilla if you're interested in Godzilla.
And we have a bunch of archived videos for you to enjoy.